Good, so welcome everyone. Today we are going to do a class or a sequence to support hormonal balance. It's a fantastic sequence if you're feeling tired or overwhelmed at all, just to settle and support the endocrine system, targeting the organs of the endocrine system. So the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, the hypothalamus, the thyroid, pancreas, the reproductive organs. We do this by a sequence that compresses these targets these areas and then decompresses, bringing fresh blood flow to those spaces to support the endocrine system. So there's a combination, but also just letting go and releasing in these poses will hopefully help to support you to have healthy and happy hormones. So let's begin. Start with one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart, and just take a deep breath in. Breathe in all the way down to the belly, feel the belly expand. And before we start, I'd just like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of the land, the waterways where I'm based, and pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging. And I continually support and acknowledge these beautiful people and this beautiful culture, a 65,000-year-old culture on this land. So take another deep breath into the belly. Just allow yourself to arrive to your practice. Allow the legs to sink down with gravity. Soften the muscles, soften the bones. With all yin practices, we're not going to activate our muscles at all. We're working on the fascia, the connective tissue. So really let the bones and the muscles soften down into the earth, creating space in the belly with every inhale. And just connect to that line from the root, anchor down into the earth, up to the crown, lengthening the spine. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Take another breath in. Just feel the body beneath the palms of the hands. Allow the palms to soften. Noticing the breath as it comes in and moves out. Good, and we'll start with some Nadi Shodhana, some alternate nostril breathing, which helps to bring balance to the left and the right side of the body. So when you're ready, we take the thumb and the middle finger, the index and the middle finger to the base of the thumb, I should say. The thumb blocks the right nostril, ring finger blocks the left. So we're just going to breathe in and out alternately of the nostrils. So block the right nostril with the thumb. Inhale through the left. Block the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block, exhale left. Inhale left. Block the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block, exhale left. Inhale left. Block the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block. Exhale left. Inhale left. Block the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block, exhale left. Inhale left. Block, exhale right. Inhale right. Block, exhale left. Good. Release the hands, allow yourself to come back to normal breathing. Good. And the first pose that we're going to come into is just a very easy and gentle child's pose. So when you're ready, come onto your mat. If you'd like to place a blanket down for softness, then you can do that. The only other thing you'll need is a bolster or a cushion wrapped with a towel. So let's take a wide-kneed child's pose just to allow the lower abdominals to really release. We're going to soften into the kidneys. I don't know if I mentioned the kidneys the adrenals above the kidneys as one of the organs. So slowly come down, and you may like a block or something to place your head on. Otherwise, just let the third eye space rest onto the floor. Maybe stretching your arms out, just letting the elbows soften. Or if that doesn't feel good, you can bring the arms down by your side. So just choosing your position. And in this gentle child's pose, all I want you to do is just focus on the breath. Filling up the belly, feel the belly expand into the legs, into the upper thighs as you breathe in, and soften and relax as you breathe out. Soften the third eye space between the eyebrows as you let it rest on the floor. Connecting that third eye space with the earth. You may like to visualize the breath moving down the back and filling up the lower back as you inhale. And with every exhale, you can soften and let go a little bit more. Keep your awareness on the breath, expanding and creating space in the body. then slowly and gently push the floor away to come up. You're sitting on your knees, just bring the knees together. And we're going to do a pose now called Hare pose. If you have any neck issues or your neck feels tender, then please don't do this pose. Just come back into a child's pose. Hare. We're not going to hold it for too long. It's not usually one we do in yin, but it's very beneficial for hormone balancing because it's an inversion and it's going to work on nourishing the pituitary, the pineal, the hypothalamus, and actually also the thyroid. So the way you do it is you use your hands holding onto the heels to take pressure off the neck. I'll just show you first. So you're holding onto the heels with the thumbs out. You lift your sit bones up. Now you curl the chin into the chest so that the crown of the head is in contact with the floor, as close to your knees as possible. You pull on the heels to take pressure off the neck. And you just breathe here. So there's hardly any pressure on the floor. I'm using my arm muscles and the heels. We're going to do this pose as a transition. We're not going to hold it for too long. But your crown at the top of your head is on the floor, not the forehead, the crown. Your chin is tucked into your chest and you're drawing back down towards your heels with your seat. You're going to feel into it and you'll feel the blood moving into the head. So just breathing there. Take some deep breaths. Feel the nourishing effect into the head and the brain, chin into the chest, as a rounding of the shoulders. Just breathe. Breathing into the space where the crown of the head connects with the floor, but there should be minimal pressure there because you're pulling on the heels. Good, and when you're ready, slowly keep your chin into your chest. Let your sit bones sink back towards the heels and slowly start to unravel the spine. The head's going to come up last. Very slowly and gently. Take a deep breath. Once you unravel the head, it's the last thing to come up. Sit for a moment and just feel the rebound effect of the pose. Maybe turn the palms up onto the knees. Sitting, receiving. Every breath, feel like you're bringing in fresh light to all of the organs of the body. Good. Okay, we're going to move down into the hips a little bit now. So have your bolster nearby and we'll come into a sleeping swan. So starting on your hands and knees, so come into a tabletop pose. And just take a couple of breaths here before we come into our swan. Just a few gentle cat-cows. So inhaling, opening the chest, and then exhale, rounding. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. And then from here, we're going to come into our sleeping swan. So the right knee comes behind the right wrist. Bring the leg across the mat. Open the chest and take a nice deep breath here. Now then you can just come down to the forearms, or you could use your bolster or pillow and drag it underneath towards the belly. Slowly and gently come down. Let the head rest on the bolster and just take a few gentle breaths. You might like to close the eyes and just tune into the breath, feeling the feedback of the belly expanding with every inhale, softening on the exhale into the bolster. Soften the abdominal muscles. Good, and take a deep inhale. Slowly push the floor away, come up. Release the leg. Come back to this tabletop position and just do some gentle hip circles. So just very slowly and gently. Soothing, relaxing, smooth circles. Either as big or as small as feels good for you. And then back the other direction. Well done. Okay, left knee behind left wrist. Bring the leg across the mat. Don't worry about how far up the mat your leg comes. Grab your cushion or bolster, drag it under the belly to support you. If you don't have a bolster, just come down to the elbows and then slowly release yourself down, feeling into that external rotation of the left hip. Soften the soles of the feet, soften the head, soften the chest, and just surrender down into the breath. Release the jaw, soften the belly and the shoulders a little bit more. Good, and slowly and gently, take your time to come up. Just push the floor away, slide your cushion out or your bolster, and release the left leg. We're going to come down now onto the belly. So just moving down into your Sphinx pose starts to work on the adrenals. Compressing the adrenals. Now there's an option again here. You could potentially slide the bolster under the chest, but if you do this, make sure that your pelvic bowl is still connected. So the bolster's just under the ribs. Sorry, just above where the ribs finish. So if it feels nice to do that, you could do that. And just choose a drishti, a point of focus. Focus on that point. And just start to let go. So notice the face muscles, let go of any habitual holding in the face and the jaw. Let go of the muscles in the shoulders, drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Soften the back, soften the belly. Let the belly and the internal organs just soften into the earth. In this pose, you've got so much of the body feeling into and being supported by the earth beneath you that you can really let go at a cellular level. Let the glute muscles go, the thighs, the calf muscles, the soles of the feet. Any unnecessary holding, just let it go. Maybe visualize your breath as a color. Every inhale, the breath travels down the spine all the way to the lower back. Filling that area up with light, liquid light. And as you exhale, feel it travel all the way back from the lower back, from the sacrum up to the heart space. Just following that pathway of the breath. Good, well done. Slowly from here, just take the bolster away if you're using it. And we're going to come into something called bow tie. So the way we do this is slide your right arm under the left arm. The left arm goes on top. And you curl your toes under and just slide your head up and over. So we're getting really into the thyroid here and the throat chakra. So just, you can use a pillow or a bolster, block if you need to support your head. Otherwise, just rolling slightly over the arms and just feeling that pressure there. We won't be holding it for too long. It's just a bit of a transition. And just let the hands go. This can be uncomfortable for some people, so use pillows or cushions where needed. Good, and slowly and gently come up, unravel your arms, and we'll come to the other side when you're ready. So the left arm threads under the right, right arm in front, and you curl your toes under just to give you that little lift up and over the arm. Once you then release and let go, you're just going to pressure the arm.
into the back of the shoulders.
And slowly and gently take your time to come up. Unravel your arms. Place your hands by your chest, curl your toes under and slowly push back up, coming to a comfortable seat. Okay, we will need a block. I didn't say that, but you may need a block for the next pose. So the next pose we're going to do is square pose, but we're going to do it with a twist to get into the pancreas. So this is the pose where we take the right ankle over the left knee, and this is where you potentially may need a block or blanket. Now the easier variation is just to have the leg in front. So if you can get it over, that's great. If not, just let the leg come in front. We're going to then take a twist in this square pose. So we're going to move to the over the legs. I'm going to I like to take my elbow into the ball of the foot and rest it there. Then you can take the hands into prayer and push it down to get this nice twisting action. Or you can make a fist and use your left hand to push down onto that fist. So just do what feels comfortable. Turn to the left and breathing here. Opening and compressing. So we're opening the left side of the body, compressing down into the right side. Deep belly breaths. As well as the hormones, this is also really good for digestion. Keep your seat anchored. Keep your awareness on the breath. Good, and slowly and gently take your time to unravel. Come up, back to center. Take a deep breath, feeling the rebound effect of the pose. Good. And then take your hands behind you, unravel your legs, and take a windshield wiper from side to side. So one, stretching through the other side. Good, well done. All right, other side. So the left ankle over the right knee. When you're ready, perhaps using the block or not. Perhaps just coming into a cross-legged position, just doing what feels good. Take a breath, and then when you're ready, we're going to add the twist. So I'm using my left elbow into the arch of that foot, also giving it a little bit of a reflexology, a bit of pressure there. Hands to the hand or a fist, and then pressing down onto it, whatever feels the best. And twist. So we're getting the compression on the left side, deep breaths into the right side body here. Good, and slowly and gently take your time, unravel, come back to center. Taking a deep breath here, feeling into the rebound. And then when you're ready, release the legs. Hands behind you. And just very gently, side to side. Okay, so working into a pose to nourish the adrenals, we're going to go into our saddle pose. Now, saddle pose can be tough, and this is where we do need props. If you have a lower back that is tender, your bolster or your cushion is going to go lengthways down to support your spine. If you're okay in the lower back, we will try to get the optimal compression of the lower back by having the support under the shoulders. So we come onto our heels, sitting onto the heels, and we're going to come back onto our elbows and then onto the back. Now, it may take you a minute to jiggle around and just find the right spot. It does feel weird in your knees. Your knees may pop up a little bit until they settle down with gravity. That's okay. But if there's any pain, obviously don't do it. But if it's just a tightness, then that's okay. You want to just work into that and slowly release all of the unnecessary holding. So I sort of come up and then back down via the elbows onto that cushion or bolster, whatever you've got. And as I said, it might take you a moment just to find that right position for the bolster. And coming back. Good. Breathing there. Palms maybe turned up. Receiving that energy. And once you're in your position, just start to let go. Softening. You're also getting the advantage of having the whole front of the body open and receptive, creating space there. So often we're hunched over in a driving or working position. This is a really nice opening for the body. So once you find your position, just start to let go. Let go of all holding in the glutes, the belly, the shoulders, the jaw, thighs. Very slowly, you're going to think about moving before you actually move. So I'm going to come on to my elbows and I want you to move slowly like you're moving through water. No need to rush. The transitions between the poses are very, very slow. Now you can do the counter pose if you feel like it for saddle, which is just holding a forearm plank for a couple of breaths. So I'm just going to interlock my fingers, curl the toes under and just come into your forearm plank, either on your knees or a full forearm plank. Just for 3 or 4 breaths is enough. Breathe into the lower back When you've had enough of that, we're going to come into our supine butterfly. Now, again, you can use props or you can just lie back. I'm going to go for block and a bolster, so a block and then the bolster on it, but you can do whatever you've got. You take your soles of the feet together, the knees fly out like the butterfly wings, and you slowly lower back. Like you can do this without any props, just lying back. And the aim here is just to soften the reproductive organs, soften the lower abdominals, palms turned up. Very nourishing pose. Lying back and receiving. One of my favorite yin yoga poses. You can place blankets or pillows under the thighs too for extra support if needed. Take a couple of deep breaths all the way down into the belly. Filling up the whole of the abdominal area with your inhales. And exhale, release and soften. Well done. And gently take the hands to the outside of your thighs or your knees and just manually bring the legs together. Roll to the right side and remove your bolster. And then come back onto your back for some supine twists. Arms out to the side. Shimmy your hips to the right slightly, and you can drop the knees to the left. If you'd like to make it a stronger twist, take your right knee over your left knee. The knees drop to the left and then your gaze to the right. Relax the right shoulder down to the floor with gravity. And slowly bring the legs back, unravel them. Shimmy your hips to the left slightly, knees to the right, or for a stronger twist, you can hook that leg around. Gaze to the left as the knees drop to the right. Soften the left shoulder now towards the floor. Good, and very slowly bring your legs back, unravel the legs, and stretching out for your beautiful Savasana. Maybe taking a bolster under the knees just to make it feel good. It gives a little bit of support to the lower back if needed. And just lying back, palms turned up. If you have an eye mask, pop your eye mask on. And just letting the body fully rest for the last few minutes. Let the shoulders move away from the ears, palms about 45 degrees from the body turned up. Let the whole of the head feel heavy. And just let the mind float. And gently deepen your breath, bringing your awareness back into the body. Maybe stretching the arms overhead, maybe wriggling the fingers and the toes. Perhaps you'd like to bend the knees into the chest and roll to the right side. Taking your time to come up, rubbing your palms together. And just place the palms over the eyes. Take a deep inhale, float the arms above the head, gathering strength and energy for the rest of your day. Exhale, hands to the heart space, sealing the practice with a primordial Om. Inhale. Om. And surrender to the grace of the universe. Namaste. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks again. Namaste.